Welcome to our Devos. This week we were speaking to all of us control freaks. And in this series, Who Do You Trust? We're really examining what it looks like to trust God and some of the most convicting stories in the Bible. And specifically, convicting instructions in the Bible. And today I'm asking you that question of, what are you going to do with that control? How do you let go of control? How do you let go of trying to micromanage all that goes on in your future? And instead of acting out in terms of fear, you let go in terms of faith. Well, today we are going to examine how important it is when it comes to killing control to know that God is the one who owns tomorrow. God is the one that owns tomorrow. There is we have a little rental house that we've had for some years. Excuse me. And one of the things that I try to teach our kids is we have this, and I've had this for years. And I used to be into rental real estate for quite a while, and I just saved this one. So the other day, a problem came up, and the kids heard me talking on the phone about the problem. I was talking to a contractor about something that needed done, and we were going back and forth. And I hung up the phone, and my middle son was like, well, what's going to happen? It sounded like that was a problem. I said, it is a problem. I said, we'll take care of it. And they're like, well, what if this doesn't get taken care of? What if this happens? What if this happens? And they said, well, what if the tenant living there doesn't want you to do this? And I said, the bottom line is, regardless of if something goes wrong or if it doesn't, I'm the one that owns the house. So I'm not worried because I'm going to figure it out. Now, why that's an important illustration is because when we don't have a guaranteed hold on something, we become anxious. And fortunately for you, you do not own tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't understand anything about tomorrow, but God does. God doesn't exist in our feeble timeline. He instead is infinite. He's omnipresent. He's omniscient. He knows all the things. He is everywhere. So this idea of tomorrow, while frightening to us, is actually super simple when it comes to God. It says in Proverbs chapter 27, verse 1, don't boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. And so as we look at this idea of control, the most important thing we can do, and again, if you listen to the sermon, planning isn't sinful. Presumption is. Planning is not a problem. If you say, okay, I'm planning this, I'm trying to have enough money for retirement, I'm trying to put away, I'm trying to make sure my kids are raised a certain way, that's fine. But when we start to get into it will language, oh, this is going to happen, and by the time you're 25, this will happen, and by the time we get to our third child, this will have happened, and this will already be. That's presumptive. That is sin. That is boasting in tomorrow. And the way we let go of control is we have to realize we don't own that land. That is not our place. We don't own tomorrow, but instead, God does. So instead of focusing on what that's going to look like on the other side of midnight, we focus instead on God who owns tomorrow. And we say, God, if you're willing, let this happen. If you're willing to work this situation out with my finances, please let this happen this way. I'm pleading with you. I don't know how this is going to go, but I know that you have tomorrow.